190 million Americans are overweight or obese.
If you had to grade the United States when it comes to obesity,
well, I'd give us an F.
Consider this. In the late 1970s, 15% of American adults were obese. By the early 90s, that number had jumped to 23%, and most recently, 35%.
According to the National Restaurant Association, the average American now gets more than 5 meals a week at restaurants. Waistlines are expanding along with their tendency to eat out. Obesity is now among the nation's top public health concerns, and many fast food restaurants are responding with so-called healthy choices. The Energy Kitchen is a new chain, hoping to attract Americans who are both pressed for time and health conscious by offering nothing but healthy options, including a less fatty burger made of bison meat. Nothing is fried, and every item is under 500 calories. In many disadvantaged neighborhoods, it's easier to find a fast food restaurant than a grocery store, which experts say is one reason why obesity is even more prevalent among the poor.
Cruel irony in the fact that being dangerously overweight is more often suffered by low-income people.
And that is another barrier, that they don't feel like they can afford the fresh fruits and vegetables.
And the cheaper the food, the more likely that it contains excess calories. One example of the economics of food in this state: at this supermarket, a jug of milk cost $2.39. That's double the price of an equivalent amount of Coca-Cola.
Families, the battle started with money.
So we kind of had to start buying cheaper foods and
that's when you started gaining weight?
Yeah.
Sweatshirt. The government helps make such drinks even more affordable by subsidizing the price of corn. It's corn syrup that's now the sweetener of choice for fizzy drink producers.
Is it a luxury to be able to eat healthy food?
It's becoming more of a luxury.
Kelly Brownell studies obesity at Yale University and says the government does not help by subsidizing corn, an ingredient in virtually every sweetener. Corn farmers were paid $56 billion over the last 10 years by the federal government to grow their crop. Produce farmers, not a dime.
If you go to McDonald's today, you can buy a quarter pounder with cheese meal. That means the large drink and the large French fries for less than it costs to buy a salad and a bottle of water. There's something wrong with that picture.
Yeah, that's exactly what I tell these hoes. A roof to rug type of brother, fly head to toe. I got a lot of swag, need a professional, and get this dog.
So we need to make a lot of changes. We need to start with making healthy food, like fruits and vegetables, affordable.
But West Virginia has taken other steps, banning soft drink vending machines from schools in nearly every county.
We're good. Why don't you try it?
And becoming the first state to adopt national nutrition guidelines in schools. For 2 years now, the state has seen a leveling off in its rising weight trends.
Connie Gonzalez and her mother Maria
Here, Connie.
volunteer with the program Healthy Kids, Healthy Communities. The group pushed for a ban on new drive-through windows. Since 2006, not a single fast food restaurant has opened.
Here.
Fresh produce is now stocked in stores that never carried it.
Maybe the big one?
And Maria flags the healthy food for shoppers. Connie helped convince the school board to make salad bars a staple. And 100 minutes of weekly phys ed is now mandatory. With all this, in 5 years, 135 kids here are no longer overweight.
Why does it take a whole community?
Because one individual can't really change much, but if a city comes together, we can change a whole lot.
But that's not enough, says Kelly Brownell. He likens the war on obesity to the one against tobacco.
The parallels are stunning. Marketing to children, distorting the science, influencing policymakers and the like.
The consumer is bombarded by the food industry, which spent $30 billion on advertising last year. And even the world's largest nutrition group, the American Dietetic Association, has a list of sponsors that includes the very companies selling unhealthy products.
The single best thing that ever happened to fight tobacco were high taxes on cigarettes.
Those taxes increased the cost for a pack of cigarettes and led to a drastic drop in smoking. Brownell studies show that a penny per ounce tax on sugared beverages like soda would cut consumption and raise billions that could fight obesity.
Certainly seems to work with cigarette availability and consumption, and I'm in favor of a tax of that nature.
Not only does more obesity lead to more disease like diabetes, heart attacks, and cancer, but it also leads to 120,000 more deaths in this country every year.
Obesity-related diseases are a nearly $150 billion medical burden every year.
We're going to end up as a nation of cardiac cripples.
Childhood obesity has tripled in the last 30 years. This could be the first generation since the Civil War to have a shorter life expectancy.